I'm very lost and confused.
違います。あなたが今想像したのは北欧神話の最高神です。
ボケをインターセプトされた。がっかりなのよさ。
The hell?
まあいいからいいから食べていきなさい。
Hey.
下手に断ってアマネーに恥かかせちゃダメなのよ。いいからおいで。
Machina seizes my hand and tries to forcibly drag me further inside. Well, alright, fine. There probably won't be anything I dislike in an Odin stew anyway. I'll eat pretty much anything that's put in front of me, but I do have some foods I find a little difficult to deal with on a psychological level.
はい、ここ座って。
Yeah. Offered a cushion with a cute, girly design, I sit down a bit reluctantly. In an instant, Machina had plopped herself down on top of my knees. Are you kidding me, dude? What the fuck is this? I'm gonna get fucking arrested. This girl's like 2. Look, you. Jesus fucking Christ. You know, I remember when I played Everlasting Summer, and I was pretty sure that the lolly character or whatever would not have any like nude scenes, and I still believe that. I think even at one point I had to look it up just to make sure, because I would feel really awkward if there were any nude scenes with that lolly character or the young character, whatever. But I don't know, I can't remember the outcome of that. I never actually finished the series, I never finished the game, all the stories and stuff, but you know, like I said in the beginning of the session, I don't know if it's really worth it to get through all this shit with this. I just really hope to God, well, never mind, I guess there is really no hope. I did hope to something, God or whatever, that there would be no nude scenes with Machina. Obviously, my heart has been ripped out. Why are you sitting on my lap? That's not what I'm saying, but that line's familiar. I hadn't realized until now, but Machina seems to have a habit of imitating Amine's speech. Now that I think about it, that "you know" she's always tagging onto the end of her sentences for no particular reason seems like it might be a corruption of Amine's frequent "you know." And Machina's forcible tone and attitude toward men also remind me of a certain someone. They do say pets start to resemble their owners. Someday this girl might as well become the sort of evil woman who walks around with her tits hanging halfway out, seducing struggling shopkeepers into giving away their livelihood. We can't have that. To tell the truth, from my current position, Machina's modest breasts are currently visible. For those of certain tastes, these things might have a power to tempt exceeding that of Amine's oversized udders. Hey, Amine.
何よ、今手が離せないんだけど。
Why does this girl jump onto men's laps without a second thought? I'm leaning towards blaming you.
はあ？嫌なら下ろせばいいじゃない。
I'm not saying I hate it, but if she starts casually hopping on top of strange old men in town, then we might run into some problems.
大丈夫よ。言ったと思うけど、マキナって結構人見知りするから。っていうか、あんたたちいつの間にそんなに仲良くなったの？
You know, that's true. I brought it up in the last session, or the session before that. Like, the relationship between Machina and Yuji has really grown, and that's pretty awesome. Well, we've had a couple of chances to talk recently, I guess.
それにしたって、この子がこんなに早く男の人に懐くのって初めてよ。
Nothing particularly comes to mind.
男の人とは話すのだって苦手なのに、マキナとまともに会話できる男の人って八百屋のおじさんぐらいよ。
That a fact? So why has Machina gotten so attached to me? I don't remember taming her with food or teaching her dirty games behind Mommy's back. I searched my memory, but nothing really stands out. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to do some editing. I'm just saying that. Completely disinterested in my ruminations, Machina pushes her can of orange juice toward me and tilts her head to the side as she asks for help. A pretty standard pattern among women playing the Mo type, who try to tickle the male heart with an appeal to their own helplessness, but Machina's fingers are so stubby and thin that it's clearly genuine. Here you go.
何？ なんかあんたたち本当に仲がいいわね。マキナがこんなに人に甘えるのって珍しいわよ。
And if you tried to pull something like that, I'd probably punch you, right?
なんで私本人に同意を求めるかな。それで私になんて答えろっての？
So she doesn't let just anybody pamper like this.
そうね。私以外にそうやってベタベタすることってほとんどないかな。
I see. Whether or not Makina is paying any attention to our conversation about her, she continues to flip through the book on my lap without comment.
もうマキナ、おっぱい見えてるってば。ブラしなさいっていつも言ってるでしょ。
だってあれきついのよさ。
I don't have an opinion.
きついって言うほど出っ張っちゃいないでしょがあんた。いいからおいで。
もうちょっとで読み終わるのに。
ほら、着せてあげるから立ってん。
Amane reaches her hands under Makina's armpits and forcibly drags her up off my knees. A sense of emptiness might be going a bit far, but the sudden removal of that limp, warm creature from my lap leaves me feeling slightly lonely.
はい、ちゃんと自分の足で立つの。
にゅ。
もう足踏んでるし。
ごめんよ。
もうほら、キャミ脱がすから万歳して。
What?
万歳。
Hey, how about having her put her clothes on by herself?
この子服着るの下手なのよ。へいうか服が嫌いなのね。病院ではずっとスモックしか着てなかったって言うし。
Hospital? Gowns?
ほら、病院で手術を受ける人が着るやつ、背中で縛って着るの。
Ah, right.
あればっかり着てたせいか、ゆるっとした服じゃないと嫌がるし、こうやって誰かが服を着せてあげないとパンツすら履かないのよね。
まあね、痛いよ。
What is this? Is she trying to like put one of those things on that like, you know, form like a waist or whatever? That's the only thing that I think would actually hurt a person.
我慢しなさい。こうやって背中と脇の下から脂肪を寄せ集めてカップに詰めるの。
I'm a guy and I don't
そ
think
うすればほら、ちょっと出っ張るでしょ。
I'm a guy. I don't think that's how it works, man.
息苦しいのよさ。
女ってのは息苦しいものなのよ。はい、できた。
へへへ。どう？巨乳？
I wonder how the rated version of this game is sometimes. Like, apparently there are differences in what is shown, what you go through, and everything. But I just wonder about the dialogue sometimes. Yeah, they're shockingly big. What do you eat to get a pair like that?
パン？あとイチゴ。
そりゃ単純にあんたの好きな食べ物でしょうが。
So Makina likes bread and strawberries best, huh? Kind of childish taste, but I guess that fits with her personality.
基本的にあんまりご飯食べないのよこの子。でもなぜかパンと果物だけはよく食べるのよね。
パンは硬いパンがいいのよさ。
Jesus Christ. Hard bread? What's with that?
ほら、フランスパンとかドイツの方の硬いパンあるでしょ。日本人は普通さ、ふわふわでもちもちしたパンが好きなんだけど、なぜかこの子は重くて硬いパンが好きなのよね。
That's just a little weird.
ふにゃふにゃしたパンなんざ歯の悪いグランマの食い物なのよさ。
まあ朝はあんまり食べたがらないんだけど、チーズとハムとレタスをライ麦パンに挟んだサンドイッチならもりもり食べるわよ。
I see.
ねえアマネ、私もう本読んでいい？
いいわよ。ちゃんと床に座って読みなさい。ユウジくんの膝の上でジュースこぼしたりしないように。
You don't have it easy, do you, Amane?
まあ手のかかる子だけど、そこが可愛いって思えばあまり苦にはならないし、変な子だなとは思うけど、これがあの子の素の状態なのよね。
I mean, I guess. Huh. I'm the sort who tend to suspect the girl is purposefully acting younger than her age to take advantage of her childish looks, but in this case, I don't think I can disagree. That really is just how she is.
それにね、あの子自分で自分のことバカだって言うけど、そんなに頭が悪いわけじゃないのよ。
I don't believe
む
it.
しろ
Whoops. Skipped you. I need to slow down. Well, I suppose if we use you as a standard, the gap isn't quite that dramatic, but
失礼な。というか、マキナを侮っちゃダメよ。
God damn it. Demonstration.
マキナ、ちょっとおいで。
なんなのよさ。
あんたその本読み終わった？
そうね、大体は。
じゃあその本ちょっと貸してみ。問題出してあげる。
いいけど。
Amane takes the book from Makina and promptly hands it over to me.
そんじゃ161ページ。
動物の進化シリーズ、大型恐竜の時代、中生代ジュラ紀。約1億4600年前から2億年前。中生代第2の時代はジュラ紀と呼ばれ、恐竜の時代としてよく知られている。
And I remember learning about this shit back in Earth Science my freshman year of high school. What awful times.
三畳紀に出現した恐竜たちは数多くの種を生み出し、その繁栄は後の白亜紀まで続く。
あれ？これってザリガニの本じゃないの？
It's a general book about animals aimed at children. There's a lot of other stuff in there as well. I opened the book Amane handed me to page 161. Spread across both pages is a color illustration of I don't know what that is, with words in bold white typeface printed all around it.
内容は合ってる？
She was indeed, without even a single misplaced word.
じゃあ次は29ページ。
そこは広告ページ。合文社の子供の学習シリーズ、働く自動車、神秘の世界宇宙、野鳥で見る環境科学、絶滅した愉快な動物。
I think we get the point.
日本の工場、コンタクト
I
レン
think
ズが
we
で
get
き
the
るまで
point.
土と微生物の働き、有機栽培の野菜作り。
じゃあ86ページは？
猫より犬の方が賢いって本当？
Yes.
犬の種類の多様性は他の種をはるかにしのぎ、多岐にわたる。長年人間の手によって交配されてきた犬の歴史は、狩猟用や刀剣用や愛玩用とさまざまなバリエーションを生み出し、今なおその種を増やし続けている。
どう？合ってるでしょ？
She's correct. Alright.
どうよ、すごくない？この短時間でパラパラっと流し読みしただけで、あの本の内容丸々一冊全部覚えちゃったんだよ。
I wouldn't go that far. I would not go that far. Yeah, that's pretty amazing to be sure.
あれ？あんまり驚いてないね。
Makina, I've got a question. Do you remember the photograph of a bird on page 144?
覚えてるのよ。
What color is it?
えっと
If I say blue, you'd sort of think blue, but if I say red, I get the feeling it might be red, or you'd get the feeling it might be red. Thought so.
なーに？どういうこと？
Seems like Makina memorizes the pages in monochrome, loses the color information.
え？
Easier to memorize it quickly that way, right?
そういうことなのよさ。
いや、ごめん。私にはさっぱりわからない。
It's because you're not smart, Amane. You're just bad. To tell the truth, my sister had the same exact skill. I first noticed my big sister's speed reading when she was 7 years old. Watching her flip through a stack of books from the school library incredibly quickly, I couldn't suppress my curiosity. Can you really read them like that? My sister answered, I'm not reading them, but I am memorizing the contents, in a perfectly casual tone of voice. Completely I don't know what that word is. I tested my sister on the spot, exactly like Amane did with Makina just now. I gave her a page number and asked her to read me back the contents. And of course, she remembered every single word. According to her, it's much faster to memorize the books when they're in black and white. When dealing with books where color information wasn't important, she could even memorize 2 pages simultaneously using her left and right eye. I was totally dumbfounded at the time. 4 years later, by the time she was 11, my sister was managing rapid memorization of color books as well, and thanks to long hours of practice, her left and right eye could actually memorize separate books simultaneously. Hearing that went past the level of surprise, it was outright terrifying. Basically, she's not reading the book, she's just recording the pages as an image in the right side of her brain. When you ask her about the contents, she reproduces the image in her right brain, it's the right side of the brain, and reads it by consciously interpreting the characters with her left brain. That sounds about right, Machina.
そうそううまく説明できないけどそういうことなのよさ。
わかんないな。具体的にはどうやってるの？
It's a meme, you dip. I don't know the details myself, but it's basically looking at the page as a picture instead of lines of characters and saving a mental snapshot. Ignoring the meaning, she processes it rapidly as light information, then draws out the meaning later on if she needs it. To put it more simply, it's sort of like she's downloading a compressed file to her hard drive, then extracting what she needs later, I guess.
何それ？つまり本を読み終わった時点では本の内容を知らないってこと？
Yes. Yeah, exactly.